Hi everyone, welcome to Autodesk PowerMill. So I have already started the module number 4, which is Advanced Finishing Toolpaths and Machining Strategies, and we have covered the 3D offset finishing and constant Z finishing and corner finishing. So today we are going to start the Flowline Finishing operations. As you know that the name given as Flowline, so it should have to follow the lines and curves to flow and then create finishing operation on the object. So let's get started and see how we can create Flowline finishing operations. So for the Flowline simulation or finishing operation, we need to add model. So just go and import model. So I'm going to create the simple model using the calling.dgk file, which is I have mostly used to teach you how we can create multiple types of finishing operations using the Autodesk PowerMill. So we have a model named as calling.dgk file, and let's see how we can create the Flowline simulation. The first thing is that we have to create a pattern, and the pattern is we need 4 curves. So for example, I'm going to select this surface and we want to create pattern around that surface. But not such a pattern, we need 4 curves here. 1 will be the guide curves and 1 will be the cross curves. So let's see how we can create. Let's just go create a block here, calculate, accept, OK. Create a workplane on the top of the block using the position, using block, and I'm going to set this at here. Create activated. Just go to block and calculate again. Now hide that block. Just go and click on the patterns to create pattern. Name the pattern as Flowline. So there are multiple ways to create a pattern. Just calculate a pattern which is an empty pattern. There is no such curves present here. So just click on the right. You can also select the curve editor, or if you are going to select this surface, the surface is selected, and just go right click and go to insert, select the model. So we have selected the model or select the surface. It will create a pattern around that surface. Or you can go to curve editor and select the composite curve to create pattern. Just click on here. So I'm going to create pattern around the surface. That's it. So what you see over here, we have a pattern. I just selected it. You see that I just clicked, single click, and it selected all the curves. But what I need is I want the 4 curves different. So I want to separate these curves and convert into 4. To do this, you need to set the segments. Go to Edit tab and you will find out segments here. So let's segment and convert into 4. I'm going to hide the model. Just click on the segment, select the curve, select the point where you want to convert. So for example, I'm going to create separation here. So we have right now 2 curves, this one and this one. Now I want here. So 1, 2, 3, and let's go here on this side. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 different curves here. This curve, and this curve will act as a guide curve, and this curve will act as a cross curves. Okay, and within these curves we have a model. So on this model, the cutting tool will perform its finishing operations. So let's just select the Toolpath and go to finishing operation and find out the Flowline finishing. From the top side, you will see Flowline finishing over here. Click OK. Write the name. Select the tool. It is a Ballnose tool. I'm using the 3mm Ballnose. So just write 3mm Ballnose. Set the height 75. Just directly go to Flowline Finishing and see the patterns. So what you see over here is the embedded patterns, and you'll find out our pattern here. So if our pattern is right, then it will show as a valid pattern. If the pattern is not converted to 4, then it will show you some other errors and will not highlight that. So you see that the curves is highlighted. So we have green color represents the starting curves. Let me show you by clicking on this. So we have selected the start drive curve, which is green, and the ending curves, which is red. And we have two limit curves, or we can also say that two cross curves, which is represented in blue color. So this is what we call the flowline curve definitions. All these are check mark and tick. That means that all these are okay. You can set your configurations by clicking on toggle machine area. Either it should be inward and outward. Curve configurations mean to say swap cut, the direction of the cut, backward and forward, direction of the ending curves and the start curves by swapping it, or changing the curves definitions. Your guide curves will be the cross curves, and cross curves will be the guide curves. The next thing is the ordering. You have to set the order of cut, whether it should be follow the one way or the two way. So most of the time we selected two way to limitize your operations and do better cutting operations. Sequence, we have three options. One is the none, second is the out to in, the third one is the in to out. That's simple. If you are going to select the out to in, that means the cutting tool will follow from outside curves to the inside of the model. And by selecting the in to out, that means the cutting tool will follow from the inside and goes far or furthermost to the outward direction. And if you follow the sequence as none, it will just follow the curves. So just click on the none, set the tolerance, which is 0.01, and the surface joining as 0.01. If you want to set the thickness on the material, just give the values. I'm set it at 0.0, and the Stepover should be set it according to your results or according to your needs. I'm set it as a Stepover of 2.0. Just directly go to the rapid moves and we have set it the Workplane, which is 1, and say that the cutting tool will just follow to rapid moves according to this Workplane. Just calculate it and just follow the rapid plane to cut down. Go to links, click on the links, we have the save session. Go to feed and speeds, set the spindle RPM to 20,000. As usual, we have the finishing operations. set the coolant flood. Just click on calculate and see how the cutting toolpath looks like. So what you see over here is the toolpath is created and the toolpath is follows according to the curves which we have created. So we have set it the offset of, or we can say that we have set it the step over of 2.0 millimeter step over. So this means that the tool is going at a 2.0 apart from the other tool path. So let's click OK and see how it just looks like. Click on the simulate to form from the start. As you see that, this is how it just looks like, and cut down the material according to follow guide curves. Taking both cuts from this side to this side. If you set the close step over set, then it will take fine toolpath and create fine finishing operations. It just gives you an idea how we can create the flow line simulations. So we have tested our flow line simulation, and this time we are going to set the step over distance in microns. So just follow the guide curves from start point to end point. So actually, in a simple way, we can say that the flow line simulation or flow line toolpath is very close to the lofted section. As you know that we create models using the loft command. So we just follow the loft toolpath to create that toolpath, finishing toolpath. So just go and right click on the flow line simulation and go and change some settings like step over distance. Click on the refresh and set the step over distance 0.1. Click on calculate, and this time it will take some time to create step over or toolpath. So you just need to wait for the toolpath to be calculated. Don't click anywhere because it's going to perform the threading process, and during the threading process, if you click over some on the desktop, it will just give you an error like the end task error. So make sure that you just need to hold down and don't click anywhere. Also, this cutting toolpath calculating depends upon your system specifications. If you have a high specs system, it will take less time to calculate that toolpath. So look at here. How much fine the toolpath is being created.
And yeah, then you know, kids do it, but we're going to play a little.
So sales gives you some warning, some curves fail to machine. This is because the cutting tool is not being able to reach that some steep areas. So that's why it says gives you some error. So you see that over here that it gives you a very fine toolpath on that piece. So just go and simulate this toolpath. And here we have the fine toolpath over here.
And the best and then they just so then in the world in the world in hotel England. You are not going to go on with the call. Thank you, Doctor.
So I'm just giving a faster way to see you how it just looked like. So this is how we can create Flowline Finishing Toolpath. That's and for the Flowline Finishing. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.